sweet. All right, buddy, what have we just opened up?
The Losi Desert Buggy Pro.
Ooh, what do you think? Does it look awesome?
I think it does.
All right, let's get it off that cardboard and see what we got. So as you can see, I picked up a Desert Buggy Pro to go with the old TT Pro. Because what can I say? I love these things. They are based on the SCTE10 platform, and I've had quite a few different versions of them over the years, and they're just great trucks. They're super tough, they're fast, they handle well, just good all-around vehicles. So I'm going to do a couple upgrades on it. On my TT Pro, I replaced the steering rack with a TLR ball bearing rack, and I also took out the bushings in the steering posts and replace them with ball bearings, so that tightened things up in the steering a lot. For this one, I decided to try out the Exotech Steering Kit, so I'm going to install that. I'm going to upgrade the servo because the stock servos in these are pretty bad, and I had this one laying around. I had planned on putting it in my kid's Stampede, but I planned on going through some mud and snow with the Desert Buggy, so figured the waterproof one should be pretty good. So I'm going to put that in. Got the aluminum steering horn, and then I'm just going to throw some skid plates on there to protect the chassis a little bit better. All right, got one of my helpers here working on the old school buggy, but let's get started. So in order to get at the steering rack, we've got to get the top plate out of the way. It is on a hinge pin back here. So if you just remove all the screws up front holding it on, you've got 4 on the center diff. You've got to unplug the motor, cut a few zip ties, and then this whole thing, you can just bend it and lift it right out of the way. And that gives us access to the steering rack. Okay, steering rack's in. Assembly is pretty straightforward. Just follow the instructions, and you can't really go wrong. Well, we got the top plate off still. We're going to take out the servo, replace that, so it's just those 4 screws, and it'll lift right out. We're going to put on the horn, and that's it. All right, servo's in. Just remember to power it on. Center your trim so that when you put this on, it's actually centered. And that's it. Get that top plate back on. Skid plates are installed, and there's 2 more things I'd recommend doing before your maiden voyage. First of all, take these set screws out. So on the outdrive coupler right there, see there's a set screw, and I have put blue Loctite on it. Those work their way loose. So take it out, put some Loctite on it, and put it back in there. Same thing with the front one. It's hard to see with the top plate on, but when you've got the top plate off, doing the steering upgrades in the servo, do that one too. Just put some blue Loctite on. And then the other thing is the punch setting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on. Now in the manual they call this start mode, and it's basically how much throttle response, how much power you've got from a dead stop. And the factory default is set at level 4, and it goes up to level 9. I don't know about you, but I want my torque right away. So what you do is you hold your set button, and we're flashing green there. Okay, so 1 beep means we're in setting 1. We want setting 4, so I'm going to press it again. Now we're in setting 2. Now we're in setting 3. Now we're in setting 4. I'm going to hold the set button again. Okay, 4 beeps means it is on level 4. Press it again. 5 beeps, so on level 5. Level 6. Level 7. Level 8, and level 9. I'm going to hold the button again, and we're locked in. So now we have made it so that we have full control over how much torque we are giving this thing right out of the hole. All right, well, I ran a couple packs through it. I didn't record any video of it driving because there's already plenty of those on YouTube. But overall, I'm really happy with it. It seems, when I compare it to driving my TT Pro, it seems that the steering is a lot more rigid on this one than on my TT Pro with the plastic steering posts. when I'm driving through grass, I can really notice that on the TT Pro, even though the servo has plenty of power to hold the wheels turned, when you're going full speed in the grass at full lock like this, I can still see the wheels kind of getting pushed straight a little bit. And it seems that no matter how much I tighten the servo saver on the TT Pro, I can't get it to not flex a little bit in here. Whereas on this with the Exotech, I don't notice that at all. So it seems like it's a lot more rigid, a lot less flex. So I'm probably gonna do this upgrade to the TT Pro as well. But anyway, hope you found this helpful, and happy bashing.